Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brendan, also known as Branmatt, and welcome back to yet another StarCraft II replay. Today we have a Protoss versus Protoss here on Polar Night LE. This game is between two players I have never casted before, and both aren't necessarily huge within the scene, but they're both very good players who have competed. I know one of them has competed in MLG, so both are very competitive players. So spawning over here in the top left-hand corner of Polar Night is Bails. And then down here in the bottom right-hand corner, in the only other spawn location on the map, is Arium. And he is actually the youngest Grandmaster player in North America and Europe, and possibly even the Korean servers as well. He's 14 years old at the moment. He placed in Grandmasters when he was 13, so he's even competed at an MLG, and I saw some of those games. I forget exactly who he was playing, but so Arium is out here too. So two brand new players. Again, both of these players very skilled players, but someone not as big as some of the more recognizable names in esports at the moment. So I figured I'd grab their replay and interested in, seeing them play out a little bit, and figured it would be a good game to cast. So we see that Bails is throwing down his first gateway. That's about 50% of the way done. He also has an assimilator about halfway done as well. And Arium going for a double gas right off the bat, as well as has this gateway pretty much on the same timing, it seems, as Bails does. But he, again, is opting for this double gas, which indicates he could be doing, well, he is going to be doing a little bit more of a different play. I'm interested in seeing if we see some sort of earlier robotics bay or something come along the way. So Bails throwing down a cybernetics core in the back of his mineral line. It seems like a probe will be attacking that nexus. Not going to be taking it down, but will be attacking it. The cybernetics core for Arium being thrown down as well. Bails at this point just wants to cause a little bit of trouble, so is poking around with this probe, able to see everything that's going on in Arium's base, but not going to be able to cause any significant amount of damage, obviously. So he's going to be able to poke around, see everything, nothing too significant to see. Arium is throwing down an assimilator here on Bails' own gas. That probably won't be too long last, so probably cancel that as it's about to finish up. No, he'll just let it finish out. So he's going to be able to block one of the gases. That helps in two reasons. If Bails happens to need a second gas, that would block it off, potentially causing a problem in his build. Arium is actually hiding this probe back here too. And this also provides a little bit of vision in this general area so he can see everything that's going on. Nothing too crazy going on. Mothership core just popping out now. Again, Arium is hiding this probe. He could hide it somewhere back here, but he'd most likely be seen, especially with the range on that gateway. So we'll have to see if he actually gets anything off here. If we look over in his base to see what he does. Ooh, they're skirting awfully close. No, they actually do pick up that probe, so it seems like Arium's probe will end up getting killed off anyway. Two gateways down now for Arium, as well as about 25% of the way done with his warp gate research. Also getting out a mothership core of his own, and it seems like Bails will be throwing down a natural here, so he'll be getting that off right away. Also able to finally kill off that gas as we saw a little earlier, and throwing down a second gas now. Seems like this mothership core will be heading across the map. We'll have to see if he's able to pick anything off. He might try to go for a little bit of probe harass or anything. He does have a probe here at the Xel'Naga tower, and we'll actually be able to... No, will these be moving out? We do have two stalkers on the mothership core, and it looks like they're going to be heading across the map here. I don't know if they're going to try to do any sort of poking damage. They might be able to get a little bit of damage off here, especially with some micro. A sentry is out though, so he'll be able to force field the ramp, but that could maybe, potentially, if he's able to do really well, cause a little bit of damage to the nexus. I doubt he'll force any sort of cancel on it, but we'll have to see. He does have three stalkers there now as well, so we're gonna have to see. This army is just gonna be crowding up here, so it does look like he's has an intention of causing a little bit of damage and actually throwing down a pylon. So Arium is getting awful aggressive here. He wants to be aggressive right off the bat. If we look up here at Bails, again, he's just finishing up his second gateway now, so he's going to be significantly behind. And also sort of getting close to finishing up the warp gate research. If we look in here, oh, Bails actually has this. I completely missed this. He is harassing probes at this point. If we look in the workers lost count, that's 4 workers killed, so nothing too major, but able to get off a few probes and actually able to make that pool back here. And it looks like Arium's going to go in here, might actually be able to kill that off. I mean, Bails right now, he's not really got much of a force to deal with this. He's able to warp in a few additional units. It looks like he will be creating an Immortal here. If that Immortal is able to pop out, that could be some serious damage. And, ooh, throwing down a Time Warp. Really good spot to throw that Time Warp down. These Stalkers, ooh, those force fields weren't exactly the best. Only able to trap about one Stalker there and kill off a Mothership Core. It seems like an Oracle sneaking in the back here as well. And this army from Arium dealing out a ton of damage. The Oracle comes out here. Now the probes have to be moved bases. It looks like that Oracle will end up maybe getting killed off. He might just be able to get out with just enough health there. Seems like he is able to get out, and Arium's going to be pushing here at the front. He may be able to pick off this second base, maybe even an Immortal. So it seems like the Oracle is able to actually get out of the base securely. And additional warpins coming in here. Arium putting on a ton of pressure. That base, again, I think could be under severe fire. Bail is building up his army, but with these constant warpins, it looks like that Immortal will actually be will get picked off. Very few sentries here. There's a few sentries not able to deal out much damage with sentries, and of course easily picked off. The Oracle joining the battle now as well, and these two Zealots will be picked off fairly quickly. And we'll probably be able to pick off this Nexus, so it looks like he will actually successfully pull off killing that Nexus. These three Stalkers will be warped in, probably kill off that Immortal, but it just seems like Arium here has such a larger army. He's continually warping in here, moving up additional pylons now as well. He wants to keep up this pressure as much as possible. And it looks like, Arium has to pull back and forth, so not able to just straight up kill this Nexus, but able to deal out a bunch of damage. I think he will definitely be able to kill off this base here, but Bail's just pushing him back and forth. And it looks like Bail's throwing down that pylon down here, so that'll be helpful in warping in additional units. And it seems like a Void Ray on the way now, and being able to activate that prismatic alignment beam there. And this could be a ton of damage. This will probably end up killing off a few Stalkers here. And Arium, just such a big army, pulling probes now. Bails is doing everything he can to hold off this army, but it just does not seem like it's going to be able to work. Arium is able to pull off the win, so a GG comes out from Bails. Congratulations to Arium for actually ending up winning this game. A ton of pressure there. If we look back in his base, he was only sitting on one base. He didn't even throw down a second base just yet. He did have a second Void Ray on the way, so he did a 3-gate with a Stargate, and very effective there, able to push in that army. And it was just that later second gateway there for Bails. He had that one initial gateway, but the second one came a little too late and ended up just losing the game because of that. So congratulations to Arium for winning the game. Thank you all for watching. If you have not already, please subscribe to the channel. New uploads come every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you can definitely see all of those. Subscribe to the channel for that, like the video, maybe even favorite, and leave your comment down below on your thoughts on the game. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.